It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and the spotlight falls on Bryce Hall, who's had quarterbacks numbers all season, coming down with 7 picks. It's the Barons and the Bills on Monday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight we reach the unofficial midway point of the season with a good Monday night battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Brooklyn Barons. Alongside my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Glad to be enjoying another week of football. And Charles, this is a contest that should make a former defender like yourself very happy, that's for sure, because we got a pair of top 5 defenses in the NFL squaring off, and opportunities to score, well, they figure to be extremely limited.
And partner, you know my smile is wide because this is a lot of fun for a guy like me to watch, as you noted. And if there's something else that we both know that these teams take pride in, it's how well their defense have done at controlling games and putting them in a position to win. Something else they're proud of, though, how high they rank in the league. And they're trying to use this game to move up in those rankings and become the top defense in the league.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Well, the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Play action. Now it's Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Allen off the play fake. He'll dump this down to Dillon. That's complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's second down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
2nd and 8 coming up. On play action, Allen. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From midfield, here's Allen. This one hauled in by Sample. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. And I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Allen. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now Allen. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Boswell's kick is good, and the Bills' opening drive yields 3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This fielded right at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
So no advantage in this game for either quarterback in terms of coming off that open week, huh?
Yeah, they both had buys.
Both had them, so you got to figure both of them went back, watched some extra tape, polished up their game, checked out their fundamentals, but they also both had an extra week to prepare for each other's defenses. This could be a whole lot of fun.
On first down, Wilson. He finds Corey Davis, finding room at midfield, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. A toss left side for Carter. And he'll work down inside the 45. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action with Wilson. Steps away. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Joseph Osai showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run and, of course, get to the quarterback.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when...
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Quinnen Williams busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Two 1st downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen on the move to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Allen. This is intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that they spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Probably 4th and inches.
It's a lost start in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. This is taken at the 18. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points. But then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Left side caught by Diggs. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
On 2nd down, Dillon. A nice little juke. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon, and he'll go down at the 28. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They run again with Dillon, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And now they'll throw with Allen. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. To the right side, this is Dillon. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. To the air, Allen. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They want to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit in the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. On play action, Allen. Rolling to his right. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. It's a loss of 5. Brings up 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Allen, touchdown Bills. Gabriel Davis, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows to 10-0. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. Fielded just outside the goal line. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-0 as they come up 1st and 10. Now Wilson. They'll check this one down to Carter. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. That's a gain of 7. Brings up now Wilson. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills offense back out onto the field. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Allen. And it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Allen. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that could spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing now is Allen. Now swing pass for Dillon. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. They'll set up the screen to Carter. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first. These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Throw right side complete to Carter. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now, despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. Back-to-back catches here for Carter. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing again here, Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now it's Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And here come the Bills. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Dillon, they try the left side with him, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 4th and 11.
This defense is really playing around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Well, backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen, a quick throw here, that's complete. On play action, Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Davis. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Out to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
They'll run on first down. It's Haynes, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Wilson. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. They'll run with Carter. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup there. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. He's got the connection to Moore. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Adam Troutman. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Barons have cut it back within a score.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. 5 plays there on that drive. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But
he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards. They went zooming past that number there. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Allen. This will be caught at about the 6. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Allen to throw once more. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Gabriel Davis with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Boswell good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it. Down by 2 scores. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. Now they got to get to the line quickly. From the 22, Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Room here to run. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they're back with it, a touchdown at 17-10. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was the Lions who were able to come away with the home victory. DeAndre Swift, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. 27-21, your final. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. David Montgomery, a touchdown run in the victory. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for our home team, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 5 yards remain on second down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They'll have good field position at midfield following the turnover as they start with a first down here. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A give up the middle to Carter. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson. That's a screen play here for Carter. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Hands it off out of the gun. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Dillon. And he's He's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Allen now looks to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On the counter, Carter. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now, standing just outside his own goal line. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And now out come the Bills. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll start on the ground, Carter. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
16-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
Now Wilson. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 36.
On 2nd down, a run with Carter. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play.
Throwing is Wilson. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down in the hands of the wrong team.
The Bills ready to take over. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, it's certainly going to be a lot tougher adding a touchdown to that lead now since they're facing 2nd and 20+. Big-time sack to start the drive and put the opponent way back. Let's see what kind of play call they come up with here.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Meanwhile, Allen's throw into the hands of Sample. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Out to the left. He's got Sample there. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Now it's Chris Boswell out for the field goal try. He connected on his first, this from 41. Boswell's kick is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson under pressure, and they got to him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
A good pickup there at 22.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To the air, Allen.
Now swing pass for Dillon. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen escaping the pressure right. Looking sideline, incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter.
Allen's throw going to be caught by Davis.
He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. Dillon up the middle.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
A.J. Dillon, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bills look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them. But we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Boswell for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Now Carter to start the drive.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
That's a gain of 8.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Wilson.
On the slant, he's got Davis.
Wilson's pass complete to Corey Davis. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Again, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Intended for Michael Carter. Incomplete. Results.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
They'll run here with Dillon.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Again, it'll be Dillon.
And a pretty little juke move there, but not a ton to show for it afterwards as he's brought down.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he returns this to the 22. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Throw left side complete to Troutman. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson going to give to Carter on the draw. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
4th down. Here's Wilson. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. Apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired, and hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking risks like that, you're going to have to keep taking them throughout the game, especially when they don't work.
Yeah, at this stage of the second half, interesting. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Running up the middle, here's Dillon. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And that is no good. And they will not be able to add on to their 20-point lead. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. Draw play, Carter. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 70 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Remember, throughout my career, career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this third down play.
Yeah, they're going dime.
Carter straight ahead.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Nothing doing on second and third down after that 9-yard gain on first.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Dillon.
And he's going to be met at about the 43.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Dillon now on 1st and 10.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Allen now looks to throw. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
From the gun, it's Dillon.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. DJ Reed, who played in college at Kansas State, made the tackle. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Dillon on the inside give.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Allen. This will be caught inside the 10.
And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
They give to Dillon out of the gun.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
pickup of 2 brings up second and goal.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Bills, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.